All right, here we go. Welcome to some Train Sim World 5. Let me up the levels a little bit so you guys can hear some of that harmonious, beautiful Train Sim World 5 elegant orchestra. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Welcome Hank, Nerd, Lasagna, ASR. How are we doing? I've turned off the audio for the intro because I figured it was annoying. It was probably delayed a little bit, if I'm being honest. But because I wasn't listening to it all the time. It didn't really bother me. But then the few times I would listen to it. I'd be like, oh, So I was like, you know what? Let me just silence it once and for all, and then yeah. Also, I'm not feeling the greatest. So bear with me. I might sound a little bit off. Might have some sniffles. It is what it is. I need to check myself out because it doesn't make sense how often I keep falling ill. Put on click clack in the background. I need to figure out where to get the audio from. If I remember to do that, I'll do it at least once. At least once. And then you guys can have some fun with it. Either that or it's gonna turn away a lot of people. Are you telling me that every time they came in here they crouched? There's no way. There's just no way. Right, I think it's just the markers that are meant to be on. I leave the headlight off. It's quite a nice day so far. If the weather starts bugging out again, then I'll force it to um, remain nice. Gonna release the brakes this time. Not gonna forget. We have a 37 over there. I don't know why it spawned us on the other side. Oh god, frames. We have a class 08 with some freight wagons. I don't know exactly what freight wagons they are. Oh, is it a 45? Was it a 45? Was it a 45? Maybe it was a 45. Okay, yeah, the weather is tweaking, so let me force it to be constantly clear. Bless me. Okay, that's the first sneeze. It's getting worse, boys. It is getting worse. Fog density on 0. Keep that there. And let's get it cracking. Oh yeah, Shazam it. I could do that. Click clack has a points reward. Can you message me that on Discord there? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea. I like that. The thing is, I need to even turn my channel points on, so that would be like a 2-in-1. That will remind me to actually finally sort out the channel points notifications, and then also edit the sound on it. I turned the rain off. Go back to your hole. I thought I turned it off anyway. Isn't this a 45? What's coming on the other side? That's a 45, no? I'm pretty sure the other one is a 37. Although I could be mistaken. Hello, dummy. Hank, you can't be mad at the roulette, mate. It's a skill issue. Well, you gotta be mad at yourself. I'm good, thank you, mate. How you doing? Been better, actually, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm getting ill. But yeah, I'm doing well anyway. Oh my god. Bless me, bless me. Hey, nerd. You win some, you lose some, man. You win some, you lose some. The points have been reset. Don't be alarmed. I mentioned it over and over. That it was coming. And alas, I did forget. However, it came eventually. So here you are. Why? Because it was no longer fun with everyone on hundreds of millions of points. And I think Chapter 1, Season 1 of points lasted more than enough. So, yeah, man. Time for Season 2. I don't know why my OBS was lagging, but unfortunately, the stream itself wasn't. Not funny. Tell us on the points like that. Tommy, it's not like you were even like first or second on the leaderboard. Why are you so pressed? Your points are hiding in your future and in your luck. If you can gamble away and win, or get some donations, then maybe you'll find them there. You've got an hour to go until Preston, boys. Strap in. I can see the moon up there. It's always a weird sight. See the moon during the middle of the day. Not something that happens often, but you do see it. Nerds, that joke was in the tip of my tongue, to be honest. But I held back. That is growth and maturity at its best. The floating island. I'm sure the floating island's gonna be somewhere. Come on, man. It's CSW5, isn't it? Like, it's gonna be on a couple routes here and there, and I'm sure if they remove it from one, it somehow magically appears on another. Just wait for Ludwig Bond to come out, and you'll see it. I'm certain it will be on Ludwig Bond. It's a new addition to the series of bugs that show up every time a DLC appears. Well, you gotta be welcoming it to the team at this point. It first showed up on Salzburg Rosenheim, was it? I think it was Salzburg Rosenheim. And it's been about ever since. It's gonna end up being like the tail light bug, or the headlight and tail light bug. What do you mean, Dommy? You spent 10 hours doing the route you wanted to do. And Lila took 30 gigabyte. Oh my god. I didn't know LiDAR data takes up so much drive space. But like, how big an area did you download though? All Lombardy, what's that? Is Lombardy the name of the area? TSW7 floating islands removed and suspension improvements. I really think Dovetail shot themselves in the foot when they dissolved the prevention team. The oh my god, what were they called? The other team that would bring like older routes back up to newer standards. I forgot their name. Preservation, that's the one. They really shot themselves in the foot, man, because they could have just used that team there to just fix everything. Oh, floating island, yeah, they'll take care of it. Oh, this bug, oh yeah, they'll take care of it. And they could have just like put all focus onto like new things and what was to come. And then if there was like a ridiculous thing, like, you know, a bug that keeps appearing over and over and over again that the preservation team and they've had to keep dealing with, then that's a conversation they could have had internally and be like, listen, you lot, we're having to deal with this bug every single time a new DLC comes out. What's going on? And I'm sure it would have a lot more of an effect than us sitting here complaining about it. Oh, it's a region. Doesn't want to share the city. Like, yes, it's some areas are like that. Some areas are like that. I've heard of that before, where somebody wanted to do something. I think it was for OMSI. And they tried to get LiDAR data and it just wasn't available. The city wouldn't allow it. $100 kilometers. Okay, that's not like a massive area. Nerds, the preservation team, honestly, were one of the most effective teams post a route's release. Because cool, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit here and say the team that actually created the route didn't do anything. They obviously did, but it's like once that route was released, that was it. It's only the preservation team that showed it any love. And now all these like ambition projects, like the Great Western Express, the other one, West Somerset Railway, instead of these being done by one flipping person, it could have been the part of the preservation team working on it. And that could have been the standard for a lot of these routes, you know. A lot of these older routes getting a complete makeover. A new timetable, TOD4, bug fixes, additional services, additional TOCs. Getting, you know, maybe trains that were released later on to work that could be backported and do the work that would take. It was such a strange decision, man. Like, I don't know the internals in it, but surely they didn't lose a lot in having that team be a thing. Surely. It was almost more exciting hearing about what they were working on than it was for like what was to come. In the Netherlands, all the data is publicly available by law. So why isn't that being exploited? That should be exploited, man. Hope the Bill's enjoying playing. Oh yeah! I hope he comes on today. We can ask him. I'm sure he's having a blast, man. That game is too good. I feel like I rushed it, though. I'll be very honest with you, lot. I feel like I rushed Red Dead a little bit. I kind of had an idea in my head of how I wanted to like balance out main missions with the side missions, but yeah, I think I took the L a little bit, and I ended up missing out on a lot. I wouldn't hold my breath about another preservation team being formed. And it's crazy, you know, because like you take Adam for an example. Yeah, when he was working for Dovetail, he was leading the preservation team, and you saw the good work they were doing. Preservation team is no longer a thing. He moves over to Skyhook, and when he moved over to Skyhook, they've been doing incredible ever since. So that kind of tells me it's likely that Adam's just a solid dude who's good at what he does and he knows what he's doing, because he's the constant in that equation. So why get rid of? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on at DTG headquarters. With a 0.5 meter accuracy, that's wild. So why is nobody doing anything with it, man? With all the like asking for of Dutch routes, and we've had Dutch content done before in NTSC, and of course, you know, the tools are a little bit different, but with a bit of passion, anything can be done, man. If somebody really wanted to do a Dutch route, it's absolutely possible. I mean, to us as consumers, yeah, but it's because they're like I've been saying. I really feel like they're trying to see. They're really trying to min-max. That they're trying to find how they can possibly do as little work as possible, spend as little money as possible, and then make as much as possible. This route is a blast, man. And look, you get to appreciate everything. The scenery, the vibe, the feel, when it's not a thunderstorm. I just don't understand that angle, man. When I feel the need to do that all the time. Like, I actually don't really know what the MBTA commuter route actually looks like. Like, I remember it's got some foresty bit, and then you kind of go into like the suburban area and whatnot, and I really like that transition, but I barely got to actually like enjoy the scenery because it was just constantly grey and foggy and raining. And I've played through the whole journey mode, and plot me somewhere random on that route, I wouldn't be able to notice that, oh yeah, this is the route. Quantitative quality, absolutely. And they're relying on third parties to sort of do the quality work and keep the TSW player base going. I'm curious as to see what Just Trains comes up with next, because they absolutely smashed it in terms of quality in this route, but in terms of replayability, not so much. Because a lot of this is just A to B, B to A, you know, and you do have a little branch line which you can explore, but it's very short, very, very, very short. And so I assume that the next piece of work won't be as long, but there will be a lot more service pattern variety. I mean, London Commuter is up there. I would say it's probably not as good like compared to, let's say, for example, Southeastern High Speed, just because of the variety that Southeastern High Speed has. All the trains, all the different types of service, the service patterns. You've got like, obviously the route kind of splits a little bit. Like, there's so much going on. It's hard for that not to be one of my top routes. And as I always say, I really haven't done it justice, man. I haven't done it justice. There's so much more that I like. I haven't finished the journey mode on that. I haven't started the journey mode for the Class 700. There's like 2 journey mode sections that I just haven't started at all. There's so much that I can do. Maybe I'll come back to it soon. I don't know. The thing is, we've got Ludwig spawn around the corner, and I'm not streaming tomorrow as it is. So it's like, maybe I'll wait. I did say I want to stream TSW5 a little bit more, so if I do follow through with that, then hopefully I can find the time to actually give that route the love it deserves, man. I was actually going to play OMSI 2 today. But then I remember how I said that I wanted to stream TSW5 a little bit more. And it was either going to be one of the two. I didn't have like a strong favorite or a strong preference out of the two. So I said, you know what? I haven't touched OMSI in a while. I don't want to come on and then be a bit rusty and it's all a bit of a mess. You know what? Let me go TSW5. I know it's going to be straightforward, smooth, enjoyable. You look like it. It was a safe bet. I mean, no, that would produce some good content, if I'm being honest. That would definitely produce some good content. But you can do that already, to be honest. Not with every single route, of course, but with quite a decent handful. I mean, in terms of like service pattern or like the timetable, we'll see what the Köln-Aachen timetable will bring us in it when it finally when we finally get a hold of it, because those numbers, I think it's gonna be the second busiest after London Commuter, if I'm not mistaken. So it's promising. It's promising. We'll see if they actually manage to exploit it or not, though. Do you guys have any preference or like anything in mind in terms of what sort of content you want to see for Ludwig spawn, like YouTube, like in the format of a YouTube video? I'm gonna have a little brainstorm and plan out content for this week. But if there's anything that I know you want to see, it would help me a great deal. I've been saying that for a while, but I think it's time to put words into action with regards to my YouTube channel, because live streams alone don't cut it. The cruise videos don't cut it, as much as I enjoy making those videos anyway. So at least that box is checked. I don't know off by heart, Dommy. I don't know what the fight was called off by heart. There was a Cowboy Robin trades at the moment. You know what? I never did that outside of story mode. You know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't exploit the game, man. I didn't exploit the game. And when I was playing it, the time that I was playing it in, I actually had time. I wasn't even like I didn't have a proper streaming schedule. Well, like I was streaming, but not without a schedule at that time. It was before I started uni, I think. So I actually had the time. Arriving to a train to mod 7 near you. Station reviews. Station reviews. I'm not sure about that one. Like, I could even do like a comparison compared to like a real train stations along the route and just see like what they nailed and what they didn't really get spot on. And I think I'd be allowed to do that with quite a bit of criticism, considering we've only got 60 kilometers and no new trains. Like it's almost like a filler route. It's almost like it's given almost Glossopline vibes. I don't think it's going to be as boring as Glossopline, but it's definitely given that sort of vibe. Immediate crash ASR. And loading a save, that's the crazy thing. So like you didn't, it wasn't like you started a new route that had some issue with it and it didn't work. You were doing something, it was working fine, you saved it, you've come back to it, it's no longer working fine. That's fantastic, man. That's given very much Streamlabs vibes at the moment. I've still got beef. I've got personal beef with Streamlabs now. They let me down big time. No, thank you, mate. No, thank you. I'm alright where I am. I mean, Domi, it is, but not just because, oh, it just doesn't work, but because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like, it sort of just has a mind of its own, the save function. I'll give you some advice, though, with what I do know about the save function. Don't save while you're at a station. If you're going to save your game, be on the move, like now, for example. Like I can save the game right now. I'll come back, boom. It will just say, you know, it will just get me to continue going. But when you're at a station, the whole open doors, load passengers instruction set is just chalked. Completely chalked. No, thank you. As in, I don't want to be doing anything relating to a prison. That is not my type of environment. Save and then come back? Nah. I will actually probably be okay. But there's no point risking it. No point risking it. Why don't you try it on your game, Dummy? Why don't you try it in your game? And then you can judge it based off that. You would think you'll run the red. How would it help you though? by the time you save, because you think you're gonna go past the red, you're gonna come back and you're gonna reload that save and you're gonna be in the exact same spot. This is what you do. You pause the game and then you go to God mode and then you skip through the instruction set. Or you can just skip straight to the end of the run. But then it's likely that you won't get a medal for it. I mean, Tommy, if you want to lose your points or risk losing them, just go all in. You don't need me to help you out with that. Oh, when you see yellow's not okay. Yeah, that's what. You know, that's what I used to do way back when I started. But I would do it on, like, I think it was a CSX route on Sandpatch. You know what? Looking back at that, yeah. Looking back at that route now, it was a really good route. I would assume it still is a really good route. And I don't think I'm seeing it with any rose tinted glasses because there's no need for it. Like, I don't like there's no need for me to like fake how I feel about it for any reason. Because to be honest, at the time, I didn't really appreciate it. But maybe it's just because of all the trash that we've had in between. I see it differently. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I think that was the second DLC I ever played through. The first was Köln-Aachen. My first ever train sim mod experience. So when I'd done the journey modes, I went to see Sandpatch, which was a very brave decision. But somehow I did it. Obviously not without errors. And not without it taking like 2.5 hours sometimes, but I did it. Management objectives are gone. Did you save in a station, ASR, by any chance? Do a wheelie. I mean, you can drive in 2 wells in a Assetto Corsa if you try. AC Evo. Physics can be interesting sometimes. Nerds, if I could set people's luck specifically, then yeah, maybe I would set it to 0%. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of power. Stops at a red signal. Oh, okay. There might be another fragile point. Red signals. Maybe it's best to just save when you've got greens. I don't know, man. A barrel roll in TSW? You indeed can. Your game will definitely be over, but you definitely can do a barrel roll. And what is the best site ever, dummy? Limon's Ultimate. I saw a live stream of that game recently, Hank, alongside a few videos, and it still seems a little bit bugged, man. And the pricing's kind of ridiculous, right? With the subscription, the DLC costing more than the base game, the fact that it's all still in early access with all of that going on. It doesn't really look like it's going in a good direction. Hey! Hello, Nabil. How's your cowboy experience going? Might have hit the curb a bit too hard. That's what happened to me in my in my video. The train derailed and you didn't get a game over screen. Oh boy. Don't let the train operating companies know that. AI is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't even know anything about the AI. I know the AI in AC Evo is ridiculous. But that makes sense because the game is literally 0.1.3. But still 0.1. Oh, I don't doubt that you know that for a second, nerd. Absolutely, mate. I believe you. Why, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir Nabil. Is this how Red Dead's got you feeling? It's got you feeling a little bit different. Good honor. That wasn't my experience, unfortunately. Or fortunately. It was fun. Hello, Izan. Do you know how to download mods in city car driving? I do know how to download mods in city car driving, yes. If you're on Steam, simply go to Steam Workshop and you'll get everything there. New Journey, Southeastern High Speeds. Okay. Seems a bit excessive, but I guess it ultimately makes sense. Bro asked if I have city car driving. Diabolical. You know nothing about my channel, dummy. You've exposed yourself. This channel was built, founded on city car driving. You've exposed yourself as a fake fan. You know, the real ones know about city car driving. Can you please help me? I can't get the cars I want in Steam Workshop. I want to download from websites, but I can't seem to do it. Message me on Discord, Izan. You'll find my Discord link in the description. And yeah, message me. I'll create a tutorial sometime this week. You just noticed you're driving in Link Ryan Strecker? Analog speed is not even calibrated. That's not a new issue. I've heard of that before. It's funny that it hasn't been fixed yet. Whoops. It's funny that it hasn't been fixed yet, but yeah, that one's been around for a while. I can pay you if you want, please. You don't need to pay me, Izan. You're more than welcome to. But you don't need to pay me, my man. I will, yeah, just message me. And I'll send you a link to the tutorial once I've done it. I did know there will be a new version of City Coach. Of course I knew it, Hank. I have been following that, yeah, since it was first announced, which was, I don't even remember. But I've had it in my, I've wishlisted it for like a year or however long it's been available to wishlist. That game is my #1, man. For this channel, that game is my #1. I have to honor it. I have to honor it. Spammed with unicorn pictures, ain't no way. The UI I'm going 140 and the speed is 135. Oh, that's kind of wild. If it was the other way around, then at least you could say it might be intended, but that's wild. Exclamation mark follow age, I think, Dommy. It should just be that, no? I've told games referring to themselves as the gang before GTA 6. Yeah, nothing new. It's the only loco I haven't driven on West Coast Manhattan because of dead zones. I'm not sure what's up. What dead zones? Oh, the neutral sections, Navi. What? Because they're annoying to you, or do you struggle with them? Good to see you, by the way, mate. How you doing? First time winning, no. That is not the first time winning, mate. You've got VIP status for a reason. Why isn't follow age working for Dommy? It's working for everyone else. Can I please share my screen with you on Discord and you can help me, bro, please? I'll pay you. Izan, have patience, my brother. This coming week, the next week, I will record a tutorial. It will be very quick. It'll be 1 or 2 minutes. And once I've recorded it and I've uploaded it, I will send it to you. So just message me on Discord so that I can send you directly the link. But I'll create it either... it will be up either Monday or Tuesday. It will be a short tutorial. I know you're talking about this season, nerd. I just wanted to be pedantic. Also, this is how my most popular video on YouTube came about. The video on YouTube has got like almost 400,000 views. I literally made that video for one person. One person on Steam asked me in one of my videos, "Oh, how do I set up my steering wheel?" And I was like, "I got you." And then it just blew. Do reviews or showcases of mods. Let me show you something. No, it's not going to be here. It's going to be on my notes. I had that idea, ASR. This is what I mean. Sometimes I just let myself down with like... not even procrastination, but I don't follow through on all my ideas. I had the idea, when TSW5 released, I had this idea at that time. That every month, I would do like... I would showcase the top 5 best mods of the month. Or top 10 best mods of the month, or however many I was going to do. which I think would have actually been quite a good series. And I can't give you a reason for why I haven't done that. I don't have a reason. Just laziness, I guess. And to be fair, I did stop playing TSW5 as much, so it didn't even make sense. And I was actually like not really up to date even with the mods and stuff. But yeah, it's not too late. But it's just funny that you've mentioned it, and it was something I already had planned, and I just, for whatever reason, haven't followed through. Hey, I saw what you said about the reflections and the mountains and stuff. It's just poor lighting. It can be really good sometimes, but a lot of the time it's quite disappointing. Yeah, fair enough, Navi. I mean, look, mate. Worst case scenario, you miss the signs pointing out to them, and you go over them. You literally reset your power, go back down to throttle off, power controller off, wait for this. Oh my god! Wait for this needle to come back down to 0, and probably these as well, but they should do so at the same time. And then you can start applying power again. Quite straightforward. But your first sign that they're coming, I mean, you see the white sign right as you approach them, right? So the sign for that is literally black background with a white symbol in the middle, and I think that lets you know that it's a mile away. So like for when you see that, I guess good practice would be to turn the power off from then, so that you just let the train coast. You go past the power, past the neutral section, and you can start applying power straight away. You don't need to wait for the needle to come down. Can I help you on how to not crash in truck sims? Just watch me drive, nerd. So let me be your example. Why is your fourth most popular video tutorial how to install mods from TSC, from TSW5, and from 3 years ago? Because it's still relevant, ASR. It hasn't changed. I changed the title so that it's relevant to the most current train sim world. But if you read the description, which I've instructed in the title, it's the exact same method. So it's always, as long as the file system is the same, the file like layout is the same, that video will be relevant for as long as that's the case. Listen, I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm glad I could be of help, Navi. Honestly, a lot of the time, it just comes down to asking. I might crash a lot and have some stinky moments, but hey, I know a little bit. No, nerd, you were watching me after you took the wheel and was crashing all over the gaff. From now on, when we do convoys, stay behind me, brake when I brake, turn when I turn, accelerate when I accelerate, and you'll be good, mate. Bob's your uncle. See, Navi? Hold on. I went flying past it. No. Oh, God damn it. Where is it? 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 I wasn't going to go that far past it. Or have I missed it? Jesus Christ, that scared me. Okay, so this side, Navi, this black background with the white symbol on it, this is stating that there's going to be a neutral section in a mile. Ah! I don't think we've hit it yet, so I'm just gonna let the train coast. Power's off, and then we're just chilling. And then the sign at the neutral section is the exact same as that, but it's got a white, but the colors are flipped, basically. White background and the symbols are black. Just put TSW without a number. It would make sense. It would make sense. But at the same time, I'd be losing out on viewership, or for, I guess, for people who would type in the number. I don't know how YouTube would show it to people, but I don't think it would make a huge difference. I guess I did go past the neutral section. A lot of the time, I'm just happy that the stream doesn't crash. Because when the frame drops like that, I'm just waiting to look down on my Twitch stream and just see everything frozen. Oh, come on, we've gone past the station now. What's the reason? It's like just leaving the cab for a while and then going back in has messed everything up. But why? God knows. I'm sure if I'd stayed in the cab and not gone outside, I would have been alright. My driving is shocking. I can confidently say my driving on Truck Sims is not shocking. It's not perfect, but it's not shocking. And I don't drive too slow. I drive according to speed limits. A druid symbol. Have you had a chance to properly play it, Navi? I've been thinking about getting Wreckfest. It looks like a ton of fun. What train are you driving, ASR? Oh, are you still on in the BR103? The frames still haven't gone back. It's not the first time that's happened. I can go out. I can use a free cam, go back inside the train, in the same area, and the frames will just drop. But if I had stayed inside the cab, I would have been okay. Explain it. Explain that one. Nabel will not back you up, nerd. Nabel's a man of truth. That is not the person to back up your BS. Yeah, I do know the mayor, so. But don't they turn on according to, like, they actually have some logic to them, right? So what if they just don't need to turn on at that particular moment? You know what? I've only ever seen multiplayer gameplay of Wreckfest. I've never even considered the possibility that there was like a career mode or like a single player mode. There was a game like it on PS2, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called, man. It was so fun, so fun. Oh, man. It was so fun. The next time I find myself at my parents' house, I'll try and go. I'll look for it. I've lost. I don't know. There's like a stash of PS2 games that are still around, but I don't think that's all of them, because I had quite a lot. They literally turn on from notch 9 onwards. Is that dumb? Not gonna work properly. Okay. So there is logic, but it's like, I didn't want to do that. There is logic, but it's very, very simplified. There's no complexity to it at all. Oh, no. Listen, mate. When I crash and I put my hands up to it. But I also keep it real. Listen, very soon I'm going to be doing a lot of single-player gameplay, yeah. Because I decided 1.53 has been around for so long, I think it's going to be the one I'm going to settle on for a while. And I'm going to start modding my game again, just getting hundreds of mods. Mainly maps and traffic. I got some PS1 games as well. I got the Italian Job, that I know for sure is still at my parents. The Italian Job. I feel like I have some more. I know I used to have a rally one, but I gave it to my friend. I think it was even his, and I gave it back to him. I've got the name, but it was really cool. And it's so crazy, you know, like obviously it's PS1, right? So we already know what the graphics are going to be like. But I vividly remember when he gave it to me and I was looking through the booklet and I'm looking through the back and I'm seeing all the pictures of the cars and they're all pixelated and blocky. But like, I was so gassed. I was amazed. I was so excited to play it. So excited to play it. Completely different time, man. Yeah, the speed limits without signs bug me so much. Like, obviously I use the HUD anyway. But I still would like to see it on the track. It is ASR, but then that's what I would wait for anyway. So the last times I've done this, I wait for the next version to come out so that the mods are as updated as possible for that game version. There have been as many game fixes as possible, as many updates as possible, so that for like 1.53, for example, I will have the latest and greatest of mod files. No, there will still be imperfections. There'll still be bugs here and there and stuff, but I'm giving myself the best possible opportunity, basically, and hopefully that somehow, well, I would like to think that my Moser gear will be in my hands in the next couple of months, which is kind of what I'm waiting for at the same time. If it takes me a long time to get the Moser stuff and the truck wheel and stuff, then yeah, it probably will be a later version of ETS2. But if it's soon, then it most likely will be 1.53. And I've also changed my mind on what monitor I want. I think I'm going to settle, because I'm going to keep my 3080 Ti, as I discussed yesterday with regards to like wanting the 5090 and stuff. I think it makes sense to just go downgrade to a 1440p, get the higher frames at a cost of not much less quality, and yeah. Get a banging screen type. Not ETS2 ASR, the mods. I'm talking about the mods specifically. The mods can be buggy. And ETS2 is not perfect anyway. It's not a buggy game, but it's also not perfect. Navi, that is tons of experience. I feel like you've got like a really good art school within you. And you've actually played like good games as well, like popular games. Like, there's a lot of games that have been popular in the past, and I avoided them simply because I was very specific in what I wanted. I just liked racing games and GTA. That was it. And FIFA. But any other like fantasy title or just any other kind of even shooters, I wasn't really a fan. I didn't really get into shooters until I was already on PC. Oh no, I guess you went on a stream yesterday, right? I was basically saying, as a recap, the jump in performance is not worth $2,000. I'm not saying it's no different to my 3080. It's a much better card, of course, but it's not $2,000 better, in my opinion. And so I think I would rather keep my 3080 Ti instead of getting a 5090 and then get a 1440p ultra wide as opposed to a 4K. I'm gonna have to go to emergency. Trying to hold off on it as much as I can. Okay, we're good. But yeah, like unless I get like a crazy influx of cash somehow, yeah, 3080 Ti it is. I'll buy, like a used gaming PC to use as a streaming PC with a decent GPU in it, and yeah, go from there. And then I can at least buy a case for this PC finally, so I can fit my radiator inside. And yeah, I don't know. I think it would just be the smart thing to do, financially speaking. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a G-Sync monitor now. Yeah. It's gonna be a G-Sync. I don't want a 5070. I'd want a top of the line GPU. Because I also had a 4K ultra wide 240Hz monitor in my scope. So it was gonna be something that was gonna be, beefy enough to power that. Where's the phone in here? Aha. Why can't I use it? Where's the phone? Why is there not a phone on here? There should be a phone. So how do I call it? How do I get into contact with Signaler then without doing it through the keybind? Been driving Iron Duke. Oh, it's definitely not worthy of a generational leap. No. Those days are gone, though. Those days are gone. When every new GPU would be like compared to the previous one. That's the thing, though, ASR. I would rather like I want to use native performance. I don't want to have to rely on AI, and I know that's where we're going now, or that's where it looks like we're going with GPUs, but I don't want to rely on that. I actually want native performance. Let's alligator clips of the lines. What am I waiting for exactly? Why am I being held? Waiting for you to go out? You're on a green. Why aren't you moving? Yeah, I'm going to speed up time a little bit until it goes to what, maybe 1050 in game? 1750, sorry. If not, then I guess we count it as bugged and we'll force finish it. I don't know what time it departs, but it's sitting there with a green signal. Sitting there with the lights on. I can actually tell, would I be able to tell through from the map? We'll wait for this. Stop Stop arrived at instruction. Huh? No, that's going on. That's doing its own thing. Environment temperature at 6 p.m. I'll try and fast forward it a little bit, and then we'll try that as a plan B. I don't know. I don't know if it will mess anything up. Jumping time. So I tend to avoid that. But it looks like we don't really have much of a choice. I'll make it 6:15. $6:30. Nah. Doesn't look like it's moving. Still got platinum. Hey, hello, Sammy. How you doing, mate? It isn't a time skip. It just makes the train immediately depart. Oh, okay. Doesn't make much of a difference to me. Matt's coming to your front door now. Supposed to hear the door banging. With a bit of fish in North Atlantic, is that something you're watching or something you're doing? It goes to some 10 minutes late. Let's depart fast. I mean, it seemed like it should have been departed already, so I don't know what difference it would make. I guess I could have checked, but like I said, doesn't make much of a difference to me personally. Same devs as Ships at Sea. Hold on a second. And is it a game that's still being developed, Sammy? I assume it's come before Ships at Sea, right? I am actually looking forward to coming back to that game at some point. I haven't completely neglected it. How's my FPS gone? It was fine. It was fine. It's an old one. I did another one before this as well. Get the cheaper sales. Nice one. How is it? And how does it compare to my 8 FPS? And how does it compare to ships at sea? I know ships at sea was obviously still under development, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you were watching when I was my streams of ships at sea. We won't talk about the series on YouTube. Although, to be fair, I'm not ashamed about that because it was a test. All my career modes are a test. See how well the first video does. If it doesn't do too well, then I know there's not much point in putting effort into it. Easy platinum trophy, just grindy. That was one of my issues with ships at sea. It was the same missions over and over and over again, but I believe now they've thrown in some variety. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my god. That's how many hours I've got in ETS2. Well, no, well, I think I've crossed 900 now. But yeah, SnowRun hasn't been out for that long. Wow. Someone's making me regret not picking it up now. Like, is it that good? Damn. I just feel like I'm too late to the party at this point. Oh, and the mods as well. Of course. Oh, man. It's just a matter of when, though. You know? When am I going to get to play it? How much time am I going to have to play it? Why did my power not come back? Why did I need to do that manually that time? That was interesting. I've never had to do that manually. It annoys me that I can see the pantograph arcs from the cab. Usually in a game, you get lower FPS when you're inside, playing in first person. In this game, it's the opposite. You get better frames when you're inside. I'm not gonna lie, the TSC arcs are better. I'll be very honest, in my opinion. They're a lot more natural. They don't show up on the windscreen, reflecting off the windscreen somehow. You actually see sparks that look a lot better than how they do here. base game you can do in about 100 hours. So do the mods just give you like extra missions then? So they'll send mods that bulk it out. Some of the new sections are slightly porks. I've never had that happen. But I don't know, it felt like realistic. Because of how rare that was, it felt realistic. I'll be honest with you, ASR, I haven't paid too much attention to the arcs in Cimmeral. So I couldn't tell you. And the way the operation is realistic, you see them more often when the pantographs, when the overhead wires are icy, right? So I like that, obviously. I prefer that. But in terms of the actual art, and I also know that it doesn't reflect off the windscreen, so that's already better than TSW. But the arc itself, I haven't paid much attention to. Another like 15 as DLC alone. Wow. You're teasing me now, Sammy, man. That sounds good as hell. Hey, hello, Jackson. I'm alright, mate. Little bit of a sniffle. How you doing? Oh, it only appears when it's frozen. Well, there you go then. 10 points for that. They appear too much. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see that in the UK. I don't really see many trains with pantographs up anyway, where I am in London. I am Jackson again. Something's wrong, because it's almost like every other week. Every other week, I get sick. So I'm gonna visit a doctor and just, I don't know, get something looked at. There was a third rail Arkin, which was in game. The third rail Arkin I see a lot on the underground. You see that a lot on the underground. But above ground, I don't know. Like the 465, for example. I don't think I've ever seen a 465 third rail arc. That's not to say that they don't occur. I just haven't seen them. And I don't take that train every single day, but I've taken it enough. I've seen it quite a lot around. And yeah, I've never seen it. I mean, Jackson, I think I heal. Like, all my symptoms disappear. Like, I'll be completely fine. I won't feel anything for some time. Maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. And then, boom. Always starts with a sore throat. Always starts with a sore throat. I started feeling it after the stream yesterday. Yeah, at that point, ASR, it's almost like they've put it in to show off. Would be nice if they could add some logic to it, but semi-graph limitations, isn't it? I've never heard that, Sammy. I'll take a screenshot of that so that I can look into that. But I am thinking it's an immune issue. Yeah, ASR, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do wonder how they've done it. I think it's random, because there are times when I've been coasting, not applying power either way, not in braking, not in accelerating, nothing, just coasting, and there's arcing. So I do think it's just random. Over Shap, there's a place called Shap, and it goes over it. The line goes through it, over it, past it. An area called Shap. I'm pretty certain. That'd be embarrassing if I'm wrong. I believe it's quite high. It's not a mountain or anything, but I do believe it's quite high above sea level as well. Hence the over. Shap is a village, thank you. The highest point in West Coast Mainland, yeah, there you go. Checks out. I mean, I don't know what the section is called IRL, if it even has its own name. Jackson. So perhaps it's called... The only names that I know are just West Coast Mainline, South Coast Mainline, East Coast Mainline, Great... GE? Is it GECML or GEML? I don't know what that one is. I don't know them to be named up to have particular places in their name. Usually. But I can't say for sure. 100%. Hey, hello Transport Legend. How are you doing, mate? Good to see ya. Start preparing from now. I think it's normal, but then I've also got a mod that changes the default cab seat settings, Jackson, which I think affects pretty much every route. So even though this is, I think, default as it is, it could also have been changed by that mod as well. So I wouldn't you're better off looking at like a different stream and seeing how they have it set up. Glad that you're doing well, mate. I'm doing okay. I got a bit of something going on. I wouldn't call it a flu, but throat's feeling a little bit funny. Nose is feeling a bit funny. Hello, Connor. How you doing? Glad that you're doing well, mate. I'm not too bad, thank you. Snowy side window looks very good. Yeah, at this point, Jackson, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know what's affected by mods now and what's not. Whenever somebody asks me about something that looks bad or good, I always say, listen, I've used mods. That may be because of the mod. Maybe it's not because of the mod. I don't know for sure. I've got too many that do so many things to keep track. So, yeah, just bear that in mind. Although I don't think there's any weather mods that would affect that, but I could be wrong. I'd rather play it safe. Maybe it's something in the air then, Transport Legends. Maybe the storms brought something over. But then I haven't even been out that much, to be honest, so... We're driving the Class 87, Connor. Just say it looks good. I mean, the route itself is made by Just Train, so... naturally, it's going to look good. I really wish my keyboard was like at least splash proof. I'm not gonna say waterproof, but at least like splash proof. Because for the price I paid for it, I cannot afford to have anything spill on it. I do like the quick tap feature that they introduced. It makes this sort of accelerations in rain, snow a lot more easier to manage. Not like you couldn't do it with the main controller anyway, but it's nice to have that little shortcut. Knocks my headphones off. I was also contemplating playing Simrail. That was on my my little shortlist. Oh, have I got my headlight on? I think I do. Yeah. I haven't tried that, no corner. All right, dummy. I was also contemplating Roblox. Trying out British Rail. I do want to do that at some point, but I don't see myself spending 3-4 hours on Roblox. That's the thing. But I could do an hour or two. And what I might do with that in mind, actually, what I might do is after this run, end this stream, and then start a Roblox one, and just visit Roblox again, visit the train games there, and just see how they're doing. I guess spend some time over there. It's supposed to be any good, Sammy. Obviously, you're not gonna get this level of realism, but let me tell you something. I was blown away. I was blown away. There's one in particular, my favourite on there, British Rail, and they've taken physics into account. Sounds are good. Like, for what I knew Roblox to be, yeah, I was shocked. And then they got a couple underground lines. There's a Victoria line in the works, and from what I've seen of it, it's incredible. Hello, Chuck. Good to see you, my man. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You've made it. And out of curiosity, Sammy, what did she show you? This should be good. It wasn't just to impress, was it? Chat, but really, oh well, yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not surprised. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. The thing is with Roblox, it's a complete sandbox. You can literally do anything there. There's like flight, like plane stuff to do that actually seems somewhat pretty realistic for what it is. Driving ones, just like car stuff. I was saying yesterday on, I think it was the Cyberpunk stream, and I was talking about it. I was humbled because I was so judgmental going into it. I was humbled. Dressed as a hot dog, nice. And that, Sammy, is why my kids will not be engaging in Roblox for a very long time. A very, very long time. The crazy thing is, right, it's not just now, like back in the day, let's say back in Habbo Hotel days, yeah, it was a matter of pedophiles, to be blunt, yeah. Nowadays, it will be kids that age, her age, that actually know what they're talking about. It will actually be them saying that kind of thing. Like, boy, has the internet changed. It's become a lot more of a scary place. So now it's really not that all the kids are innocent. Some of them really aren't, and they will corrupt the ones who are. Because at the same time, as they know what they shouldn't really know, they also still have that childlike curiosity and like interest and way of going about things, and the two mixed together is just a recipe for disaster. I'm very well, thank you, Chuck, man. How are you? I hope you've been keeping well. I hope business is going well as well. Oh, we're getting a bit of sun. That looks really nice. That looks really, really nice. This would be a beautiful view IRL. It's kind of cold though. Is that not gorgeous? Everything is great. I thank God for that, man. That's really good news. Very good news. How's your new year been? How is your new year, I should say? Well, we're almost a month now into the new year, but I feel like we haven't spoken in a long time. Yeah, the sun like streaking through the clouds is really, really nice. My OBS is not having a great time, boy. I hope that it is a healing gear for you. I really do hope so, man. You deserve it. Thank you very much for the subscribe, Chris. Gone back to looking at this stuff on my phone. Curse Streamlabs, man. Curse you, Streamlabs. If anyone deserves a healing gear, Chuck, it's you, man. Listen, man. There's always going to be VODs in it. I know it's not the same experience as actually watching live. But anytime you want any of this content, man, if it's not on Twitch, it will be on YouTube. I can't do VODs myself though, unless I'm, I don't know, like unless I'm following some sort of storyline or something from watching someone's live stream. I just can't do VODs, man. I do it for like the One Show, for example, because a lot of that is news and just helpful stuff in general, and it's like my way of keeping up to date with tech and what's going on in the computer world. So that's like the only VOD I watch, but everything else, if it's not live, I'm not interested. I just feel like there's a particular energy about watching something live. I've tried to actually study it within myself because I found it a bit like, it's not. I don't think it's strange, but I don't know. Like I feel very strongly about it that there's a big difference between a VOD and a live. But I don't know. Watching a VOD feels empty, almost. Almost like you've gotten to the station and you've missed your train. Yeah, it just feels soulless, man. The stream can be the stream has to be something incredible for it not to feel boring as a VOD. There's even really fun streams that are live, fun when they're live. You don't feel the fun afterwards. All right, Chuck. Thank you for stopping by, my man. I appreciate it. Good to see you too. If anybody's watching on Twitch and you don't have a sub and you're dealing with ads and the like, state your case right now. Otherwise, you have to deal with ads until Chuck comes back. Thank you for your support, Chuck. Basically, yeah. Basically, if you want to be entered into the giveaway where you could win £50, a £50 gift card for Steam, PSN, or Xbox, state your case. All right, Chuck. No one wants to take advantage of it. Take care of yourself, my man. How many stops do we have? You got Lancaster and then Preston. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll do a Roblox stream next week, so that I can put it in the schedule. I am gonna do a Roblox stream if I remember. I'll probably give it a little go after stream by myself. Get a little taster. Because I know British Rail had quite a big update some weeks back. Back in December, I think. The glimmer of hope that we were going to get some sun is long gone. Mostly the train stuff on there, ASR. We'll start with British Rail. See what SER feels like. And then just try some other stuff as well. I will say far, far away from TSW Tycoon. So I'll get DCG Ambassador. Nah. I mean, hey, if that's one of the requirements, by all means. But I don't believe that's the case, so I'm chilling. I would accept it, yeah. I would accept it. On the condition that I am allowed to share my own personal feelings and views about the products. Do I have to accept or ask? I think accept. I don't... I mean, I could try asking, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what they claim as well. That their ambassadors are free to share their own views. They don't force anything onto them. And we have had a bit of criticism here and there. Not as much as what's been warranted, I think. But we've definitely had some here and there. The Nabil asks for me. His website is AI Brain. Yes, Sammy. Yeah, I'm bearing that in mind. The only thing is, right, I don't really use Twitter much. But I'm going to start, like... Basically, I'm going to take time out tomorrow in the evening to really plan out strategically and specifically the coming week. And I think it's what I want to do moving forward as well, like every Sunday. And that's going to include social media posts. Because I'm somebody who I struggle to be spontaneous / sporadic. I can, but not for good a lot of the time. So, like, I don't use social media as well. So on a normal day, I wouldn't know what to randomly post, you know. So I can start by actually planning things out, and then sort of, when I'm a bit more comfortable, let it flow naturally. I mean, if Dovetail are using X ASR, it would be beneficial for me to use it also. It's more for strategy than anything. I started uploading more on TikTok and I've slowed down a little bit. But I've already stated my issue with TikTok. And my content. I mean, yeah, I personally never heard of Blue Sky, but then that's not really a surprise. I'm not really out there like that. But if it becomes the new thing, then it would only make sense for me to jump on it and exploit it. Yo, well said. Good to see you, my man. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm on leave again this weekend, so no work for me, fortunately. But I'm gonna be doing from Monday to Thursday. Basically, I'm working from Monday the whole week. Gonna be doing a week of overtime, and then obviously on the weekend is my normal shift time. This signal made me nervous, I'll be very honest. They did not need to do me like that. I do remember ASR. Your Ethernet cable was going to arrive tomorrow. Good. Good. Always Ethernet over Wi-Fi. Always, always, always. I mean, as I said, I do let my management know if there's any overtime there. Shout me. So, yeah, man. And there's a possibility after my probation that I'll go full time. I can't really change at the moment while I'm under probation, but as soon as it's done, I could make that move. $8 meters. That will do you good. I am, man. I am. The only thing is, I am liking my flexibility. I won't lie. And it's not like when you do full time, you do the same hours, right? Like 1 week, even within a week, you could do different shifts. If you're lucky and fortunate, you'll do the same and it'll be consistent. But it could be a little bit all over the place, which I don't really like. So, yeah. You lose like a lot of flexibility. It's not just, oh, like you do 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Like, no, like you could do 9 to 5. You could do 7 to 3. You could do 2 to 10. And it changes on a weekly basis, so it's not even like you can plan consistently around that because you don't know what the next week will hold. So you lose flexibility in terms of that as well. No, because on the weekdays, it's only managers that are at stations overnight. Yeah, it's never been. Yeah, it's just not. It's not conducive to like life, to be honest. It doesn't really. Yeah, man, it's not great. Yeah, exactly, man. That's the thing. I don't want it. I don't want to get to a place where I don't like it anymore. I don't like working there anymore. And then it takes away a lot from like family time. It takes a lot away from like personal endeavors. And I'm not ready to sacrifice my own endeavors. Be it what I've got now, be it what I'm planning to do later for that, you know? Like, if it was just consistent, even if the hours went, like, the greatest, then maybe it would maybe reel me in a little bit more. But, yeah, it's tough, man. No way am I having that light on. No way. We've got a long ass train. Oh man, have I adapted? Can I adapt doing it 2 days a week? I don't think I can. I get through. I find ways to get through. I don't know if I can say I've adapted though, man. Especially Sunday mornings because I go to church, and like I don't sleep until maybe 3-4 p.m. at the earliest. And that's what you don't get used to that. You don't get used to it, so I don't know. I don't think you can adapt to it doing it 2 days a week. But I found my way of doing it. I'll put it that way. I found my way of doing it. Four on, four off. It's like you just about get used to it. Because you have to adapt. You always have to, because our brains are like, our construct isn't made for that. We're made for sleeping through the night. So you're always going to have to adapt to it. And it's almost like just as your body gets used to it, boom, you then swing the pendulum to the other side completely. I can't imagine that was healthy, man. And for 8 years? Whew. Wow. He's a strong man. Even as you're saying he's a mess, just the fact that he's still doing it, he's a strong man. Really, Elised? How do you manage? Because a healthy brain desires consistency. Get a lot more time off, not as bad. What do you mean you get a lot more time off? How? If you do 4 off 2 days. Oh, okay. See, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. But I'm saying if you're doing 4 night shifts and then you're off for 4 days and then 4 nights and 4 off, that's tough. But 2 days and 2 nights is smooth. Obviously, still not as ideal as 4 days, but compared to 4 nights, oof. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Alright, Sammy. Cheers for the heads up, mate. I'm actually contemplating whether this will be our final run or if I'm going to do another one after it. I don't feel excited. Does that make sense? And it will give me some time if I hop off after this one to take a look at Roblox and prepare for what I'll do on stream. I also want to take a look at monitors. I might as well do that on stream, you know. I might as well have a look together. Why not? Why not do that that way? There's like I saw like some. I think it was in a chemist or Boots or something. I saw like a spray to like numb your throat. I need to get that for a sore throat, man. It's the worst, in my opinion, symptom of a flu or a cold. Sorry, a sore throat. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Nose running is what it is. Nose being blocked, it is what it is. I deal with a runny nose almost every day anyway. Headache, don't really get them often. The general feeling of like stuffiness sucks, but a sore throat, hate it. And it's crazy because I always get a spot on my nose when I'm getting ill, and I had a spot on my nose yesterday. I had two on my nose, and I was like, "Oh, that's a bit strange." But the missus pointed it out because she knows that's usually a sign, and I was like, "Oh, I feel I'm fine. Like that's strange. I wonder why." And then boom, 5 hours later. Oh, hello. Less than 10 miles to go. Second time I've had to do that manually. Welcome back, Mr. Jackson. Can I give some words of hate about a new TSW that's coming out? Nah, man. No, I don't do that. I'll call things for how they are. Where there's criticisms, we'll criticize. Where there's good things, where there's praise to give, we'll praise. But I'll just hate on it. There's a lot of negatives. Don't get it twisted. I like it. I haven't seen enough of it to judge. I don't like the sound of it. I'll tell you that much. I don't like the sound of it, but I watched like 5 minutes of the preview stream. I haven't really paid any mind to like screenshots and stuff like that, so I'm not really gonna know until I've got my own hands on it. TSW 6 was released in September. Is that breaking news though? I think it's reasonably priced. No. No, I don't. Not at all. For what it sounds like, I would expect it to be priced at maybe 15 euros, 15 to 20 euros. In my opinion. I can't judge the speed when the game's at 2 FPS. I can't judge the speeds. I think we're gonna slow down in time. Just guessing. I'm gonna bless you with words of honesty, in relative to my opinion. You know, I don't hate, man. I don't hate for the sake of hating. I don't praise for the sake of praising. It has to come from within. It has to have a reason. Every opinion I give, it has to be backed by some sort of logic. So if it warrants hate, or what sounds like hate, then yes. But if I don't think it does, then don't expect it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I can hate the direction that it seems Dovetail are going in with this route, but for a DLC in its own right, I don't know. But as for what it seems like Dovetail are doing or what they want to do, I absolutely can say I'm not a fan. Right. That is the end of TSW. So thank you very much for joining me. If you've joined me for TSW, I'm gonna have a look at some monitors. So if you don't want to hang around, you are more than welcome. To have a look around with me. Pardon me. All right, ASR. Take care, mate. Okay. I'm going to remove this just so I make sure I don't reveal anything that I don't want to reveal. I'm going to let the TSW music play in the background, I guess, for some what's it called? Ambiance, I guess. I'm going to go for curved. So initially, yeah, so I'm just going to... TSW is finished. I'm going to look at some monitors. You're invited to hang around with me. Yeah. So initially, when I was considering getting a 5090 and stuff, I wanted this. When will I close? I don't have a particular time in mind. Could be any time. So this is one that I wanted initially. It is huge, and it's 4K 240, and it's 57 inches. Right now I'm using 28 inch, I think, and so it's gonna be more than double or around double, which is ridiculous because my monitor is not small. And it's gonna have like all the goodies. The only issue I had with it was that it's a VA panel. Let me double check. But yeah, the curve, the 1000R curve, is a very aggressive curve, very aggressive curve, which really appealed to me as well, because it's almost as if you have you have a triple monitor setup. And also I was also considering, because you can use it as basically two 32-inch 4K monitors. So I could all I would have needed is a streaming PC, and then I could have the display for the streaming PC here, and then whatever game I'm playing here, if I don't want to play in ultra wide. Well, VA panels are like, I don't know, they're not like, they're good in their own right, but they don't like pop out on you in terms of like the colors and stuff like that. Like, I have a very good VA panel monitor, but it doesn't compare to like what's around. So as I'm no longer interested in getting a 4K 4K monitor, that leaves Samsung's 49-inch one, which I think is this one. 49-inch. I'm pretty certain it's this one. But what is this? Give me... Bro, take me to like the... What? Take me to the... Is it not on sale anymore? Curved. Well, I also want ultra wide, if I'm being honest. Yes, this one. The bigger, more curved, the better. Exactly. My point exactly. So I've seen this in the Samsung shop as well. The colors are amazing. It really pops. It's 240 hertz as well. But man, like, side, because they've got the 57-inch one, and then next to it is a 49-inch one. And bro, man, the 57-inch one makes the 49-inch one look it just dwarfs it. It dwarfs it, man. It's not cheap though. It's not cheap at all. And it hasn't got a VA panel. What panel has it got? I don't remember. It's got G-Sync. I'm pretty sure the other one also had G-Sync though. Where is it? $1,800R curve, so it's not as aggressive as a 57-inch one. It's got HDR10. Where's it's an OLED panel. There you go, OLED. Oh my god. My mind is blanked. The brightness. How bright does it get in nits? I don't know. I don't know what this is in nits. Preferably it would be 1,000. Preferably. I don't even know what Windows 11 certification even means. Jackson, but it's got a VA panel though. It's got a VA panel. So the colors don't really pop off like they would on an OLED. I want that. Listen, I want ultra wide. I want 240 hertz, and I want the colors to bless my eyes. Because, like I said, what I'm using now is really good. But it's just that it's not like yeah, it's just run its course. It's run its course. The reviews aren't fantastic. Someone said that it only lasted them 3 years. This person's upset it doesn't have power delivery. That doesn't really matter to me personally. Someone's having an issue with game mode, which I assume is what allows it to go to 240 hertz. Interesting. The thing is, people are more likely to complain when something's negative than when not. But it's good to have that knowledge anyway, that those issues can exist. But yeah, it's only a few £100 cheaper than the 57-inch 4K one. All right, Jackson. Maybe LG, I don't know. Can I have a look? Oh, Amazon. What has Amazon got? Just out of interest. Just out of curiosity. The thing is with things on Amazon is that they don't really know what they're talking about. Mr. No HLE, that is the case on a handful of routes. Not explainable. Completely unexplainable. But it exists and no one really does anything about it. Incredible, really. 34-inch ultra-wide curved. 1500R. Okay. So it's more aggressive than 1800, but it's not 1000. But I've never heard of Galfork in my life. Oh my god, 320 nits of brightness. Get that out of my face. Get that out of my face. I should be looking at really the and I'm sure ASR, it took a while before it was fixed. I highly doubt they fixed it in a jiffy. See, 150 hertz, 165 hertz. Sorry, not 150, 165, 144 hertz. Oh, there's 240 hertz. That doesn't look curved to me, though. And it's not ultra wide either. Yeah, not really too keen on looking at Amazon stuff, to be honest. That's what Overclocker's saying. Sort by... Don't want to do most sold. No, we'll leave it by relevance. Actually, if I can choose the size. It's 47 that are 27 inch. So basically a little bit smaller than what I've got, but ultra wide. Honestly, I'd be content. I'd be content with that. Let's go 240 hertz. And then do by price ascending. As little as £300, really? And gigabyte. But that's not ultra wide though, is it? It's widescreen. What even is widescreen? I want ultra wide. You can tell these are all just very much like square. These are ultra wide down here. And then you can see the difference in price compared to what's not ultra wide. If a modder doesn't come and fix it, ASR, it's gonna stay like that. It's gonna stay like that. Right, so LG Ultra Gear. Why is this 300 and that's 200? Welcome back, Sammy. We're looking at monitors. I like the aesthetic. It's a KVM, right? So, okay. Give me the details. HDR 400. G-Sync compatible. What does G-Sync compatible mean? Does it just mean it has G-Sync? I guess so, yeah. It's an OLED panel. 21:9. $800R curvature. Oh, so that's really aggressive. What's the actual Ultra Gear? LG Ultra Gear. I want to see like a video of it. I wish, Sammy. For now, just window. Shopping, but the window type. LG Ultra Gear. 39, isn't it? 39 inch.
What's going?
It doesn't look ultra wide to me. For a lot of these, I'm going to need to see them in person, man. I'm going to need to see them in person. How's it look just sitting there on the desk? I highly doubt that's how it is IRL. ASR. I mean, I guess it could be, but I highly doubt it. I mean, it's got a nice curve. It's got a nice curve. The panel... It looks good. It looks good, but it's making me... I feel like it should be bigger. I feel like it should be bigger. Maybe it's just me being extra, but I feel like it should be bigger. Which is now where my attention goes back to Samsung's 49 inch. Although apparently, this is a 45-inch.
But this model does have some nice upgrades, which I'm a big fan of, depending on... Now, due to its size, you do have to look around a little when, playing games, but it is far more comfortable than, say, the 49-inch ultra-wide that I've been using before, even the 57-inch ultra-wide, where, like, the heads-up displays and things like the mini-map are in the very, very far corners of the screen. This can make it really, really difficult to call in that, critical stratagem in Helldivers 2 whilst you're also trying to outrun a biomonster. But that is not a problem.
When I have unlimited money, Sammy, I'm gonna go for a triple TV setup for driving sims. But right now, we'll be a little bit humble in it.
With a 32:9 aspect ratio. Now the 49-inch 32:9 actually gives you the same height as a 34-inch 21:9 monitor, so it's kind of like squeezing your view into this thin but very wide, very long display, whereas the 45-inch model does give you a larger overall screen, and one that does feel, using that word again, but more immersive when playing games. I actually managed to figure out the maths on this, so for the Samsung G9, the 49-inch model, there is a 4,059 centimeter squared screen area versus a 4,550 centimeter squared on the LG, which is actually quite a difference. The screen also does a pretty good job of preventing any reflections, as you can see, mainly because of the curve, because when you're sat in the middle of this kind of screen, the curve naturally reflects, well, just like you.
Infinite money glitch. I hope so. If I can figure it out, a real life money glitch, hell yeah. Okay, I don't want TSW5 anymore.
The anti-reflective coating on this screen actually does a really great job of minimizing reflections. It's actually pretty crazy that with bright lights on directly behind me and the window, you can barely see anything. And it's only when you take a bright light and literally like shine it directly onto the screen.
This has got my attention now.
Be a problem, which won't be a problem for you unless you're shining torches onto your screen. So
they're all relatively the same price.
Of using this in challenging environments where you have like a bright light source, like a big window or big lights around you. Next up, in terms of the design, hasn't really changed that much from last year's model. Now, I'm a big fan of it, like really, really thin edges to show off how incredibly slim the OLED screens are, and chunkier in the middle, of course, where all the...
Honestly, Sammy, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The screen as last year's model. Big fan of how those look, but still not bright enough to notice when you back the screen up against a wall, unless the room is in total pitch black darkness. Now, the stand also hasn't really changed that much. It's height adjustable, it pivots, there's a hook on the back for cable management. I was kind of hoping they would redesign the feet with this new model to a more flat design like we've seen with other ultra-wide screens lately. The problem with this design means that if you're using a shallow desk, the feet can take up a lot of your desk space, and then your ability to put anything under or near the screen, even something as simple as like a desk mat, can get quite tricky. Now, I usually work around this by putting my screen on one of these Ergotron monitor arms because they just free up all of the desk space underneath the screen. And actually, I recently picked up this new desk shelf from Bololo, I think it's called, and it has quickly become my favorite desk shelf of all time because of all the like add-ons you can attach, MagSafe chargers, a tablet holder, shelves. I've also got one that holds my MacBook Pro behind the screen in place. And unless you have a deeper desk like I'm using right now, you can't really do any of that when using the included stand. So yeah, big fan of you. It's perfectly fine for gaming because of that, it helps you hit decent frame rates in games, and I'll run into kind of what to expect in just a moment. And more games support the 21:9 aspect ratio of the 45-inch Ultra Gear than, say, the 32:9 of a 49-inch or 57-inch ultra-wide. So you will actually get to benefit from using all of the display in more games. Again, like less looking around at the edges trying to find the mini-map or, shortcuts to call in those stratagems on Helldivers at the moment. But resolution aside, one thing I'm a huge fan of, actually over and beyond the Samsung G9 screens I reviewed on this channel over the past few years or so, is having a 240Hz refresh rate combined with USB-C. Now, as a Mac user, plugging in a single USB-C cable and actually getting full resolution at 240Hz refresh rate without like faffing around with settings and third-party software is so nice. Like, I can't get anything over 120Hz on Samsung's G9 screens, just flat out outright. And of course, for PC users, you'll also be able to get the full 240Hz refresh rate on pretty much all modern graphics cards. I've recently had both the 7900 XTX and a 4090, and both of them get the full native resolution at 240 Hz. And actually some quick reading tells me you should be able to get, again, the full resolution at 240 Hz from at least a 3090 card or upwards. So over to some PC gaming now. Let's dig into the good stuff. Now, I recently
Pretty sure I can get that on 3080 as well.
Money upgrading the gaming PC, so I can start benchmarking various games with the monitors that I review on this channel. It is running an Intel i9 14900K, 32 gig of memory, and a 4090 graphics card right now. Now, I'll have the full specs down below.
Jesus Christ, what a build!
I generally set each game to their maximum graphics setting, so ultra, extreme, whatever it's going to be, and then use this to compare between the monitors. Now, I don't intend for these tests to be like proper benchmark tests, but they should give you a good indication of what to expect if you have a similar like high spec PC that I do. And if you're into like overclocking, then you can probably do much better than these results.
Even that build can't hit 60 FPS on Cyberpunk. Copyright struck. Maybe. I'll just use the YouTube editor to cut everything out past the TSW.
On the highest settings in their games. Starting off with my new favorite game, spreading glorious democracy in Helldivers 2, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite games. Plus, it is actually also really, really graphically demanding. We can see that the 45-inch LG Ultra Gear,
like realistically, if I'm not gonna get a 5090, there's no need to get the 57-inch G9. There's no point. Even at that point, it's gonna struggle. Even at that, it's gonna struggle. I got some time. I'm gonna take my time with it. This is not a decision I'm gonna be rushing. I'm gonna take my time. And I might leave it there, to be honest. I'll probably go try out some Roblox in a bit. We're gonna have something to eat and just chill until then, and obviously prior to tonight's Cyberpunk stream as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I highly appreciate all of you. If I see you later on, fantastic. If not, then I of course bid you a beautiful rest of your weekends. Let me see if Sap is streaming. I didn't raid him yesterday. He's not, he's offline. So you know what, I'll leave it there. Yes, sir, Sammy, thank you very much, mate. Have a lovely rest of your evenings. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next time I see you, peace out.